Jawbreaker. Is this dark comedy still that bad after 25 years, even though it has obtained a cult following? Or can I just prove that they just don't have no respect for a teenage dark comedy like this? Find out as I review Jawbreaker right now. Bad Days! Entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1999 dark comedy flick Jawbreaker, released by TriStar, directed and written by Darren Stein. The film stars Rose McGowan, Rebecca Gayheart, and Julie Benz as girls in an exclusive clique in their high school. This also has Charlotte Ayaya as, well, in a non-speaking cameo role as the murdered fourth member of the group. The film was inspired by another film, Heathers, from 1988, which I did watch for the first time ever last month, and I will try and review that down the road. And is often compared to it, particularly the plot involving a popular female clique, the use of bright pastels, and the ostensibly accidental killing of one of its members. The film was released on February 19th, 1999. Henceforth, today is the film's 25th anniversary, even though it made its premiere a couple of weeks prior at the Sundance Film Festival on January 30th. Well, it'd be 2.5 anyway. Of his concept for the film, Stein has stated the Jawbreaker just came to represent the duality of the poppy sweetness of the girls of high school and of youth versus the whole idea that this thing could break your jaw. Well, this film was a financial failure, although it had gained a cult following and was critically dissed. But just for fun, since this has become a cult classic, I'll go ahead and give you this story anyway. The Flawless Four are the most popular girls in Reagan High School. The clique consists of Courtney Shane, Marcy Fox, Julie Freeman, and Liz Purr, the Princess Di of Reagan High. Of the four, only Liz is genuinely kind hearted and loved by the entire school. Julie was popular because of her looks and being best friends with Liz, while Queen Bee Courtney and her airhead follower Marcy demand respect through terror. On the morning of Liz's 17th birthday, Courtney, Marcy, and Julie bind her with ropes, gag her with a jawbreaker, and seal her mouth with duct tape. The girls lock Liz in the trunk of a car and drive up, planning to take her to a restaurant for breakfast. Upon opening the trunk, they discover Liz has choked to death on the jawbreaker. Ooh. Julie wants to report the situation to the police, but Courtney instead calls the school to tell them Liz is ill and cannot attend. The three later go to school when Principal Sherwood sends school outcast Fern Mayo to deliver Liz's homework. At the end of the day, she encounters the three girls and Liz's dead body. Courtney says Liz was killed by a rapist and spreads false rumors she was actually a rebellious, promiscuous girl. Having admired Liz to the point of hero worship, Fern flees in horror. The girls catch her and buy her silence by accepting her into the clique. Courtney and Marcy transform Fern into a beautiful exchange student named Violet. Overwhelmed by guilt at her part in Liz's death, Julie distances herself from the clique, but is tormented by her former friends and become a new target for abuse throughout the school. Her only real friend during this time is her boyfriend and drama student Zach. As Violet's popularity soars, Julie silently watches as Courtney tries covering up the murder and maintaining her popularity. Julie learns that after they returned Liz to her house, Courtney seduced a stranger at a bar and had sex with him in Liz's bed, making it seem as though he had raped Liz. Violet becomes intoxicated with her newfound popularity, which has eclipsed Courtney's own. Courtney and Marcy post enlarged yearbook photos of Fern all over the school with the message, "Who is Violet?" written on them, revealing Violet's true identity and leaving her humiliated. Julie sympathizes with Fern and forgives her for falling under Courtney's influence. Alright, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure since this film didn't do so well. I'll give you 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below as I count down. If you have seen this, continue. Okay, you've been warned. While Courtney attends the senior prom with jock Dane Sanders, Julie is at home going through a bag of Liz's belongings that were given to her. Finding a recordable green card she was fiddling with when Courtney was faking Liz's death scene, Julie discovers it has recorded Courtney's culpability in Liz's death. So Julie, Fern, and Zach travel to the prom. When Dane and Courtney are announced as prom king and queen, Zach secretly broadcasts the card's message over the sound system, revealing the truth behind Liz's death. Dane quickly abandons Courtney while Marcy hides under a table. Courtney flees as the rest of the angered students pelt her with corsages and call her a murderer while blocking any paths of escape. Julie snaps a picture of her former friend's anguished face to immortalize the occasion. End of story. So, what did I think of Jawbreaker? Well, this has become a guilty pleasure of mine. I have seen it several times, and I actually kind of like it and what have you. I don't care what those critics say. That was 25 years ago. This film has to be, and this film factually kind of was a failure, making 3.1 million overall against its 3.5 million dollar budget. But nevertheless, the film went on to become a cult classic, and many critics point out the film's similarities to Heathers, also a cult classic, and accuse the film of plagiarism. Yep. Metacritic wasn't thrilled, nor was Rotten Tomatoes, who have it at a mere 14%, and Cinema Score wasn't thrilled either, with a mere D+. I wouldn't put this in your way, though. Roger Ebert said, "The movie is a slick production of a lame script. If anyone in the plot had the slightest intelligence, the story would implode." Box Office Magazine wasn't thrilled either, criticizing the film's humor and similarities to Heathers. Now, one person did give it a favorable review, James Berardinelli, calling it palatable and occasionally even clever, but concluding while the film offers more than a Heathers rehash, it never fully develops its own identity. Well, that's true, but nevertheless, I kind of found this film to be pretty darn good. I guess if I have watched this so much, it would have convinced me to watch Heathers, and now I see why it's compared to this in ways. So now, Heathers might be reviewed sometime in the future, as I've said before. Anyway, despite being a disappointment at the box office and critically dissed, Rose McGowan was nominated for an MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. Unfortunately, she lost to Matt Dillon for his role in There's Something About Mary. Anyway, despite its negative critical feedback, the film found success through home video and subsequent television airs and has developed a cult following. Vice magazine has called the film a teen classic when it published a retrospective in 2016 titled Perverting the Youth of America, The Oral History of Teen Classic Jawbreaker. Similarities have been drawn between Jawbreaker and Heathers, as well as Mean Girls from the 2004 film. Dazed magazine published a similar feature, crediting the film with inspiring Mean Girls and praising the dark tones and performances. McGowan's character of Courtney Shane has become something of a pop culture icon on social media, with TribecaFilm.com declaring her performance that every single line reading was a thing, a Betty Davis aspiring beauty, and with any justice, it's a performance that will only grow in esteem over time. Jawbreaker's costumes have also been celebrated, drawing praise from the likes of Vogue and Rookie magazines. The scene where the actresses strut down the hallway in slow motion to the song You Who by Imperial Teen has become a signature feature of the film, drawing homage to in film and television, most notably Mean Girls, and also being parodied in films, most notably Not Another Teen Movie. In 2014, Judy Greer, who plays Fern, aka Violet, said in an interview that she really didn't think it was anything special while they were shooting it, but when she saw the final product, she knew it was really good and was so proud of it. She thought it looked beautiful and it had just the right amount of sexy pop culture fun to it. She does think it's quite special. Well, glad to know that. Anyway, now there would actually be kind of a musical and what have you. Well, there have been efforts to adapt it and what have you. In July of 2010, a Los Angeles concert presentation occurred starring several people. An original film writer director Darren Stein returned to write the book, while Jeff Thompson and Joy Mann wrote original music and lyrics. I never knew about that. But anyway, and then there was a Manhattan reading in October of the following year, and so on. In 2013, Mad Bromance Productions hosted a 29-hour reading of this in Manhattan that featured Elizabeth Gillies, who who would later go on to be on who was recently on Nickelodeon's Victorious and will later be on the CW's now defunct Dynasty show, along with singer JoJo. Yes, as in Joanna JoJo Levesque, who you may remember seeing her in, well, two great underrated films from 2006, which those were Aquamarine and RV. Anyway, I think it was pretty good and what have you. Stephen Endelman did the score for the film. I thought it was pretty good as well. Now, aside from hearing songs like Yoo-Hoo by Imperial Teen, which I've heard that song several times and what have you. You do hear some other songs, including let's see, you hear the Scorpions classic "Rock You Like a Hurricane," which was actually included on the soundtrack to this. And um, let's see. We also hear the Cars classic "Good Times Roll" and the rocking girl duo Veruca Salt's "Volcano Girls" in the opening scene which was playing the opening scene. Unfortunately, those two, along with a couple others, were not featured on the soundtrack. There were some others acts on the soundtrack, including Lairs to Cleo, Transistor, the Dons, who actually made a cameo in this film, as a matter of fact, as well as the English female pop music duo Shampoo, who had recently had a hit with the song Trouble, featured in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. So anyhow, I don't care what anybody says. Jawbreaker it's pretty underrated, but I consider it to be a fun experience. I mean, if you're into headers, then you may like this. You'll probably like this film. Aside from Rose McGowan, who played Courtney Shane, which was a pretty good Queen Bee character, we have Rebecca Gayheart playing Julie Freeman. She was good. Of course, Gayheart was recently in who had recently appeared in another dark film. That would be the horror flick Urban Legend. She did one half of a job. Julie Benz plays Marcy Fox. She was good. Judy Greer. This was one of the first films I saw her in. I'd go on to see her in numerous other films. Played Violet. She did good. And Charlotte Ayana as Liz. You know, we didn't hear her speak, just saw her in a cameo. We have Ethan Erickson as Dane. Carol Kane as Principal Sherwood. And Pam Grier as Detective Vera Cruz. Name sounds familiar. We even have some special appearances from Tatiana Ali, even Marilyn Manson, plus even playing Liz's parents are actually two stars from Carrie, which those were William Catt, who played Tommy Ross, and of course he also appeared in House and also played the titular character of the cult classic TV show The Greatest American Hero, and PJ Souls, who also from the original Carrie was also in this. Of course, she also was in Halloween. What was? Oh yeah, her character in Carrie was Norma. Okay, I almost forgot that name. Apologies. Let's see, and we even have Jeff Conaway, who of course you knew him best as Knicky from Grease, as in the movie Grease. He has an appearance in this film as well. So anyway, the cast is pretty good and what have you. So with everything said, I know Jawbreaker might cause you to think this is a rehash of Heathers, and that's a factual rehash. But I don't care what they say. This film's a cult classic, and it's a guilty pleasure of mine. So would I recommend it? I'd say sure, go ahead. I'd say give it a shot. Again, if you thought Heathers was good, I think you'll have a little fun with Jawbreaker just for fun. So anyway, what did you think of Jawbreaker? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you a review of Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen with Lindsay Lohan. So if you like this, check out my reviews of these other films. Let me mention one of the films I was talking about featuring Lindsay Lohan, as I just mentioned, the original Mean Girls from 2004. Excuse me. If you would like maybe more Rebecca Gayheart, check out my review of Urban Legend in the upper right hand corner. Or if you'd like more Rose McGowan, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my back to back review of Devil in the Flesh, which she was in, and its sequel, which had Joey Lynn O'Keefe. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.